Hey, bro, I'm nervous.
Why?
I'm camera shy, bro.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Outlier podcast. As always, I'm your host, Saul, here with my co host, Roger Quintero. What's up, guys? So, today we're going to talk about this super real hot seat question that I had been through. Usually we make them up or we like are trying to, make them realistic, but this one actually happened to me. And so we're gonna talk about it. I actually told him about it, but he didn't react. Right? He didn't tell me what his thoughts were. So we're gonna see. I'm curious to see what you say. So
Yeah.
basically, the hot seat is if if you're talking to a girl, right? And she invites you to like a party, right? That she's throwing, right? Now the catch is that she tells you that her ex-boyfriend is going to not only be there, right? But he's performing, like he's an entertainer there. Like
Yeah.
he's going to be performing and working there. And so she tells you this and is like, "Oh, I want you to come and I want you to like,
Hey, yo,
enjoy
what?
yourself and you know what I mean? Just
Enjoy yourself.
yeah, and they hit you with the it would mean a lot to me if you showed up and shit like that, right? So
Uh-huh.
the I feel like for a lot of people that's not a hard question, but for me it is. So what would you do in that situation?
So I think we need to add a little bit more context because I think this is like
Do you want to go?
super important where because she also had told you that they dated back in high school, right? Like or way back
About
then or something like
like
that.
7 years ago or something like that.
7 years ago.
Uh huh.
Okay. All right. So did you want to say your answer or you just want me to give or kind of just work through
I
it?
want you to say your answer. Yeah.
Okay, definitely I would question whether I really wanted to be with this girl or not. And if the answer is yes, like if I do rock with her and we're clicking, I'm going. Because I think that it shows a lot to a guy's to show how secure or insecure he is about himself, whether or not he's gonna feel uncomfortable with this dude that she dated back in high school or not. You know what I mean? Like if a guy from 7 years ago is making you feel uncomfortable, I feel like that's very telling, and I feel like girls are gonna be able to pick up on that. And I don't think that it's a good look. I always say this is that act like you should be there. You know what I mean? Like act like you should be in that position. If you act like your position is on the line or like in shambles, well then it is gonna be because a girl can see a guy's confidence, whether it's broken or he's secure with himself. So definitely for me, if I'm rocking with her, I'm going. I mean, I'm not gonna hey, what's up, bro, or anything like that, right? He's just an entertainer. He's gonna be there, but um, I mean, I'm just gonna go and just kind of you know. Plus, it's not like we're dating. It's not like I'm in the position to be like, no, like just change entertainers or whatever it is. This is the beginning phase. And we all know like when you aren't official or anything like that, it's always like sensitive when it comes to telling the other person what they can and cannot do. And not like in a like controlling way, but more so boundaries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the
Yeah.
way I feel about it. I think that if if you're gonna be like, nah, I'm not going, it's very telling.
Yeah. So here's what I did, right? So I was put in this situation. What I did is I told her I'm not going, right? And she and she asked me why. Well, you already know this. I don't know why you're acting surprised. I already told you all this. Basically, she said why, and I said because I'm not comfortable with that. One reason why is because um my cousin is invited to the same party and he's going to be there, right? And so for me, like I don't want to allow like I already know how that conversation goes. You know, my cousin goes like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's her ex." He's like, "No way, no way." Like I can't put myself in situations like that, bro. That's just not something that like I should have to worry about. You know. Um,
But
but
why does your cousin say, "Who's that?" Like, why would he even be like, "Oh, who's that person right there?" Because it's a group. You know what I mean?
no, well, because everyone knows our situation. Like I met her through him and all that, so he's kind of invested in like me and her, and he asks about us and stuff like that. So he's for
Mm.
sure gonna be like, cause she even told me she's like, I plan on like going up to him and saying hi and talking to him for a little bit, catching up. And I was like, yeah, I'm not. Why would I go for that? Like I'm not. You know, I was like, I don't know what kind
Yeah.
of guy you think I am, but I'm not cool with that. You know. And so she was kind of like, "Oh, well, I respect that, and thank you for letting me know." And I was just like, "Nah, like I just can't do that. Like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
sit here and pretend like I'm cool with that because I'm not, you know."
Yeah.
And that didn't go very well, but
I
but
I
it
think
it worked out for the best.
it did. Yeah. I think what's like the most worrying thing is that I feel that she was doing it more so to get a reaction than to like warn you. Like I feel like she kind of wanted you to get jealous. And I
You
feel
think
like
so?
cuz I think so because for her to say, "Oh, by the way, I'm gonna go up to him and talk to him and like I'm gonna like catch up," is kind of wild to say. Like even if you plan on doing that, the fact that like she's telling you in a way, I feel like she's trying to get a reaction out of you.
Yeah. And then like just that alone, like just inviting your ex to a party where you're also inviting the guy you're talking to, like that concept alone is like a red flag, right? Like who does that?
Yeah.
Like what the hell, right? So that was kind of like my first like what the fuck, right? And then the second part was like she was telling me how her mom hired her or whatever, or hired him, right? Like for the thing, and
Yeah.
how the dad wasn't cool with it because get this, right, this guy was like super obsessed and like stalked
Mm.
her and like after the breakup was like
Yeah.
stalking her and like leaving notes on her car and shit, like calling her, like super obsessive crazy shit, right, almost
Yeah.
to the point where she had to get a restraining order. And
Fuck.
right, and so like crazy as fuck. But she like looks back and like, oh, he was just like empty and was trying to fill a void. Anyways, so that to me, I was like, damn, like, how are you gonna invite? I know time has passed, but how are you gonna invite someone that was capable of that back into your home, let alone your life? You know?
It's definitely annoying because it's like, how do you plan on moving on? You know what I mean? How do you plan on like carrying on a life with somebody else? Like you're literally talking to somebody else, but yet you're holding low key holding on to a past relationship. Like that's
Yeah,
kind of annoying.
yeah. No, but I find it hilarious because I had because she was kind of like, I don't see how it's a big deal. Like I really don't. Like blah blah blah. Right? Kind of like hinting towards like I'm overreacting or like I'm doing too much or I'm insecure or whatever. And I was like, okay, well that's that's I could see how you see that, but you're also not a man, and so you don't understand what like we care about and like um what affects us and stuff. So I was like, go ahead and ask your brother-in-law or your dad. Ask them about the situation and let me know what they say. She was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna do that because I know they're gonna say you're right." And I'm like, "Well, then what the fuck? Like, if you know my perspective is right, and the male's perspective, then like, how are you arguing with me that
Yeah.
I shouldn't be feeling that way? You know what I mean? Like that just makes no sense."
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I feel like you have to, but like it's obviously gonna bother me. You know what I mean? But I'm biting the bullet and I'm showing up. Like I'm acting like it doesn't bother me. That's what
Not,
I'm doing.
I'm not doing that. Hell nah. Hey, bro, I guess.
Especially because you don't want to look crazy. Like I don't want to look crazy, bro.
What do you mean?
Like you. I'm not even dating this chick.
I don't think
We
that's
just
crazy, bro. All I said is that I'm not going. Like, I don't think that's crazy at all. To be like, I'm not comfortable with looking another man in the eyes that I know fucking used to peel your muffin cap back blue. I'm not doing that, bro. Like, nah. I mean, you can say it's insecure or whatever. Like, I really don't care. Like, it's different if it was like something that was like out of her control. It's her fucking party. It's her party. You know, if it was like, oh, we went to like a party for someone else's and he was there, like, okay, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But the fact that it's her party, it's not like she doesn't have control in this situation. It's her
yeah.
party, and she's allowing that crazy ass dude that she, you know, broke up with to come back and expects me to go. I'm not doing that. And I guess I'm insecure, bro. I guess I'm insecure. I just can't. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess to each their own. At the end of the day, I feel like we can talk about what's right or what's wrong. I feel like you, especially at this time of your life, have like set boundaries, and I respect the fact that you're not compromising for those boundaries. And I think you also said that admittedly says like I respect the way that you come out and say the things that you want and the things that you won't tolerate, and you live on those. And so I can't be mad at what you're saying, and I don't think anybody can be mad because it's not like you're fronting on somebody. And we've talked a lot on the podcast about people pretending to be something before a relationship, and then once a relationship hits, now you're acting different because you secured the bag. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at it, bro, but I wouldn't handle it that way. It's just we're different.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
Here's, or are you done with that? Oh, I don't
Yeah,
want you.
yeah. I
I don't
think I'm
want you.
done.
Let us know what y'all would do in the comments. I kind of want to do a hot seat. That's a spin on that happened to me.
You know
Um,
what's interesting though? I did talk to a few. I want to say like 3 guys about this, and they all agreed with me. All right,
mm.
and so you're probably the first one that doesn't agree with how I
How old
handle
are they?
that. Um, slightly younger, like 23. Yeah,
I think that's why.
think so. Yeah, I don't know.
But because we talked on the phone the other day about how we think age also
I
plays.
don't I don't know, bro. I feel like guys, the younger they are, the more shit they take, bro. I think that's completely a reasonable thing to say. Like if you're
I guess in
younger,
some areas.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But what was I saying? Oh, okay, so I just thought of a hot seat because this happened to me in the past. But let's say you're with this chick and y'all just started dating, maybe 5 months in. No, I'm lying. Let's say 3 months in, and her sibling, let's say your chick's brother, still talks to her ex.
Wait, I'm dating a girl. I say that again.
You're dating a chick. You're like 3, 4 months in. Her brother still talks to your ex. Okay?
To my ex?
No. To her
Oh, to
ex.
her ex.
He asks her, "Hey, can we still hang out? And can he still come over?" Because let me paint the picture again.
Fuck, I know what you're
Your
saying.
your your chick and her ex were together for like 5, 6 years. So the brother and this dude built a strong relationship. So like it's past just like, oh, my sister was dating you. It's like we're close friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So how do you handle that situation? And
So only the brother and the guy are close friends, right? Not her and the guy, right?
yeah,
Then I would. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's nothing I could do about that. I really just kind of had to bite the bullet on that one.
take the other lens.
That's Sarah Bear.
Hmm?
That's Sarah
Yeah.
Bear. Yeah, bro. I think in that situation, I'm just biting the bullet because it's nothing she can do. You know, it's the brother. So
You mean?
Um, it obviously sucks, right? But
Yeah. 1 second, guys. Like 5 seconds. Let me switch lenses.
you got a new lens. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about that situation. What you would do, because I feel like a lot of guys wouldn't let that slide. If you have to see your girl's ex all the time coming over to hang out with the brother, that's a tough situation.
Oh snap! Look how zoomed out I am.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
My hot seat. Hey.
Yeah,
Now I got
so
open.
I wouldn't obviously it would bother me, bro, but I wouldn't make like a thing out of it because there's nothing you could do, you know. It's out of her
Yeah.
control. Like I said, like things that are out of her control, I can't get mad at, bro. It's not in her control, right? Um so it's different as opposed to a party that you're throwing for yourself. You have control in that. Like get the fuck out of here, you know? I'm not.
So what are you doing? Are you at least like trying to convince her? Like be like, hey, tell you like
No, like tell her to
nothing?
like not bring him or not, something like that. Or
You wouldn't at least tell her like, damn, I'm gonna feel super uncomfortable that your ex is gonna be
no,
at your house. Like,
no, bro. That's
I think that's worse.
I. Well, hold on. I'm telling her how I feel, but to
Okay.
like, I'm not gonna be like, hey, like you got to tell your brother to not bring that dude around. Like, nah, I'm not gonna say that, bro. That's ridiculous. Like, it's his house. It
Yeah.
says his brother lives there. That's his friend. It is what it is. I just gotta bite the
Yeah.
bullet, bro. That's it. It's a
That's
shitty.
crazy.
It's a.
Because if he pulls up to the house, bro,
What do you mean?
hey, remember when I used to clap those cheeks?
That's a
Remember
that's
that?
a that's a tough situation. What are you doing in that situation?
I didn't have to do anything, which is the fortunate part for me because when she told me about the situation, she had already handled it. So this was like post uh conversation with her brother. She's just like, "Oh,
Wait,
so
so
my
this
brother,
this happened to you? Okay.
yeah, in a previous relationship."
Uh huh. Okay. Oh, I thought this was made up. This actually happened.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
And
she dealt with
and
it, right? In what way?
she said she talked to her brother. Her brother talked to her like, "Hey, can I still be friends with him? Can he come over, whatever?" And she said no. She was just like, "No, like, I'm in a new relationship now, and you have to respect the new relationship and all this stuff, and like, he's that's not, obviously he's not gonna feel comfortable and things along those lines." And her brother was like, "All right, cool, that's it.
That's the best case scenario right there. It's like
Best case scenario, bro."
the brother's cool. She realizes that it's an issue, and everything's good. But what are you doing if that scenario doesn't happen and she ends up saying like, no, I mean it shouldn't be a problem. Like you guys are friends. Go ahead. What are you doing?
Bro, okay, so at the time, I'm biting the bullet. Like I am like not saying anything because at the time I wasn't experienced enough. I was young, I was impressionable. So it's like,
This was last
oh,
year, bro.
oh
I'm just kidding.
shit.
I'm just kidding. Imagine.
Now because it was so early on in the relationship, that's probably gonna be a huge red flag for me. Especially because looking back at that relationship, the beginning phase was very unstable. So that probably now with my mentality now, I probably would have ended up starting to distance myself, knowing that the family is way too invested in this previous dude
Yeah.
to allow something like that to happen. It's like, yeah, I'm probably better off for myself to like move on.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Bro, because it's like,
I think you're insecure, bro. That's what it is.
nah, bro, I think that's a perfect way to an ex for an ex to work his way back in.
It is. It is, bro.
Get
But
get to the family. Get to the family. Because once you hit the family, once you get the mom's heartstrings going, bro, like that's it. Like the 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 chicks, the girl's gonna be like, was he so bad after all? I'm feeling kind of horny right now.
nah. I don't know, bro. I mean, I feel like if you fuck with a girl and it's out of her control, then I don't see how you can like hold that against her. You know.
It's not really against her. It's just more like the situation. Like I just kind of don't want to be in. If I can avoid that situation, why not avoid the situation? It's like, yeah, it's not fair for her, but it's also not fair for me to be feeling like worried about that or worried about anything happening.
I guess, bro. I
And
guess.
you have to know like the promiscuity of like the person or
I
stuff
think it's
like
because
that.
it was the person that you knew so well, right?
Yeah,
So I think that's what it is. But
that's probably
if it
why.
was like a church girl, you know, like it would probably be different, don't you think?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean
Like you'd be
maybe.
like, not her. She wouldn't do that. I think
I
it'd
don't
be
know though
different.
because she was getting her muffin cap back blued already. It's like I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know. That's crazy, bro. We answered completely different on
I know.
both things. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Like, who do you think is more in the right on both of these situations? Because I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, bro. I like telling you all my real situations, like that real hot seat, because
Mhm.
I don't know what you're gonna say most of the time. Like, you might agree with me, but then you might disagree in some areas. Like in this case, you disagreed, right? And it kind of
Mhm.
makes me think a little bit more. But I still think I said I put my boundaries down and I let her know, and I wasn't like mean or disrespectful about it. I just said I'm not comfortable with it, and I stuck by those rules and that that checklist, and that's it. And I
For
feel
me,
like
it's like I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna prove that this X because the X was gonna be there regardless if you were there or not, whether you're in the picture or not. Like, why not just show up and act like this guy's irrelevant and insignificant anyways? You know what I mean? Like it's a way to assert your dominance too. Like you just walk around acting like you're oblivious to the situation. She's obviously gonna be all over you, and she's gonna be like, talking to
hey nah,
you.
hey nah, I ain't doing that, bro.
Unless the guy's bigger than you, you're intimidated by him.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with time frame, right? Like how long have you been talking to the person is important.
Yeah.
Because if you're like pretty deep, like a few months dating or talking, whatever you want to call it, then I think you gotta show up, right? But I think if it's like a new fresher thing, like you hung out once or twice, and then the situation pops up, then it's kind of like, ooh, what
Bro,
the
if we're
fuck?
dating like 5 months, I'm like, nah, I got you. I know a grupo. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. I'll take care of the entertainment. Tell your mom not to worry. I got cousins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. I don't know. It's all very situational, but generally, yeah, I think the way I handled it wasn't bad, and I don't think the way you would have handled it was bad either.
Yeah.
I think it just
What's the worst
depends.
way? What's the worst way you could have handled that?
Fuck,
Probably overreacted
yeah, like nah,
and
fuck
told
that
her,
shit. You know,
"Let me talk to your moms.
put her on the
Let me
phone.
have a word."
Yeah, I think going crazy is bad. I think it's okay to say how you feel. Just put it in like a very respectable way, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So the last topic I want to talk about is Lizzo. So she's
Mm,
being sued by her coworkers. Did you hear about this?
I did hear about this.
Okay, so let me pull up the article here. So basically, where is it? Right here. I'm gonna highlight it. It says, um, let me just start right there. Misconduct by her production company. I'm gonna skip that. I don't know how to say that. And her dance team. Okay, among the claims in the lawsuit is that Lizzo pressured dancers into unwanted sexual situations, made statements that were perceived as thinly veiled comments about a dancer's weight gain, and put people through grueling rehearsals that led to one dancer soiling herself. So basically, she freaking fat shamed someone, which is what people are focusing in on, and
Mm-hmm.
she allegedly pushed her employees into eating, I believe it was bananas out of sexual workers' body parts. So like eating a banana out of a vagina, right?
Yeah.
That's probably what they're alleging.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second part is the fat shaming. So she told one of her dancers that she's getting too much, she's getting too heavy to be able to dance the way she wants her to dance.
Yeah.
And what was the third one?
The soil.
Okay, so that's a new one to me. I heard the other two, but not this one. So apparently, she puts them through like these harsh rehearsals, so harsh that one of the dancers ended up shitting herself because I
Mm-hmm.
guess it was too much, right?
Yeah.
So, what out of all three, which is the most serious and which one gets the most attention?
So the most serious one is obviously the sexual allegations that, her forcing people to eat a banana out of a person's vagina. That's the most serious, and it should have the most attention, but it's not. The one that's getting the most attention is the fat shaming one, because we all know Lizzo to be the front runner of body positivity, and she's been kind of like pushing that doesn't matter if you're fat, you're still powerful, blah 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 blah. And so the hypocrisy here for the media is just like perfect. You know what I mean? Like that's why everybody's blowing this up, because it's the perfect hypocrisy headline. You know what I mean? Lizzo, um, freaking body positivity leader, fat shames so and so. So like obviously she's a hypocrite. So that's what's getting the most attention. And then yeah, I mean, what do you think about the situation?
Well, I think that one is resonating with people so much because she's like been this leader in the body positivity world where she preaches that like you should love yourself and it doesn't matter if you're overweight or whatever, like you should love yourself and respect everyone equally, blah blah blah, right? Which is cool
Yeah.
until she apparently told one of her dancers that she was getting too fat, which is like that's contradicts everything that you stand for and that you've
Yeah.
been working for and pushing for. That's your whole brand, right? That's literally your whole brand is like you're a big girl that's like a 10 still somehow, right? That's like your whole thing is like, it doesn't matter that I'm 300 pounds. Like I'm that bitch, you know? So for you to turn around and tell one of your dancers that they're too fat, just it literally destroys all your arguments, because it shouldn't matter. In fact, you should want fat dancers. Why don't you have fat dancers, right?
He does, yeah.
She does?
Yeah, the people that are coming out and saying all this
They're fat?
are they're fat, yeah.
Okay, well there you go. You have fat dancers, but you don't want them too fat. You don't want them as fat as you. What's going on? I don't know how people could pick and choose. How they what they want to be. I don't know. Whatever.
Before I give my thoughts, are you surprised of the situation or
Oh fuck yeah, bro! I did not expect her to be
really?
body shaming, or to be sexually harassing people. I guess I did not expect that at all. I thought she was like a obviously she's not a well like level headed person because not she's not rational. I'll say that.
Mhm.
You could tell, right?
Yeah.
Like anyone that thinks they're healthy and just as whatever,
Delusional, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
delusional. That's not a rational person. So I'm just surprised at the sexual part, right? Like that's what the fuck. I did not
I'm
expect that.
not actually,
That
because
sexual part.
at any of it, bro, because well, Lee has sent it to me initially. Shout out to Lee. Um and I told I
Chimpan Lee.
literally the first thing that I said was I'm not surprised, because I think we've seen it time and time again. Somebody with low ethics and morals that don't know how to rationalize simple, like survival stuff, like being fat is unhealthy. I feel like they're bound to like doing stupid stuff in the future. Also, I feel like she's been getting away with this for so long, and along with other things, because she's been on this body positivity wave, a lot of that power can get to your head to where you feel like you can do anything you want. I don't know. Have you all seen that clip where this guy's like proof that you can get away with anything by being gay?
Yeah, it's
And
kind of
he's
the
just
same
like,
thing by
he's like slay bitch, and then like, he's calling people like names, and they don't care because he's gay. It's the exact same thing, same situation. So I think she was on a power trip, and I think that her ethics and morals are off. So I'm definitely not surprised. It's still shocking, but I'm not surprised. But with all that being said, I'm gonna treat the situation like I treat all other situations. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite here myself, and I will say that we do need to tread lightly when it comes to this, because just like anybody, like the Andrew Tates, like the Elon Musk, whenever something comes up, people take a situation and they amplify it to try to destroy that person. Everybody wants that one person to get knocked on their ass. And I feel like, especially with this case, that is to be true, because I read an article, and I think it also says in your article that Lizzo lightly insinuated that somebody was getting fat or gaining weight too quick. That is a vague statement. She could have been like, "Hey, you're having trouble keeping up with the rest of the crew. I need you to get up. I need you to speed it up. What's going on? You know what I mean?" That could have been easily taken as, "Oh, she's fat shaming me."
yeah.
So the lines get blurry. What's another one? The soil themselves, right? This could be somebody who was having the runs, or somebody. Girls have it like, I do CrossFit, so especially in certain workouts, I know girls, and it's a meme always in the CrossFit community, that certain workouts like jump ropes and things along those lines, they need to go to the restroom several times throughout the workout because of the stress that they put their body under, and they might like
Shit
soil
themselves.
themselves or something, pee themselves, whatever it is. So that's something else that is like, hey, was it Lizzo like, no fucking restroom breaks? You know what I mean? We don't know. Was Lizzo even in the room, or was it her dance director or whatever it was?
Yeah. Yeah, that's when it gets blurry because it's very vague. And you're right. This could be a complete like misinformation case, just like a lot of other cases we see. But I don't know, because usually the people on the end of those attacks are people that are super controversial. In this case, she's not. She's like the poster girl for um you know, girls and big girls, and like she's a celebrated individual that's very accepted in society. Like all these other people we see being attacked with misinformation are people that are usually, speaking up, and like controversial people. She's not. So
I
I'm
think she's controversial. I just think that she's on the on the correct side. Or no, I
yeah.
don't want to say correct, but she's on the more praised side of the controversy, so she doesn't get that much backlash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So for that, for her to be like, for this to be like a misinformation campaign, I don't know, but it's likely. I don't think anyone's exempt. It's hard to see that coming true, especially because she plays by the rules, like in terms of like politics and all that. So I don't know. I don't know. Could be that this is all made up or exaggerated. I could see that, right?
I
But
mean, yeah.
even if one of those things is true, though, like how do you exaggerate that she forced people to eat bananas out of a vagina or something? Like how do you even make that up? You know what I mean? Like where does that come from?
I mean, the situation that I'm thinking of is maybe that's what she's into, and maybe she was like,
You should try it.
"Yeah, you should try it," or like, "Oh, like I love doing this," or like, "This is my thing," and yeah, like just trying to convince other people to do it.
Yeah, but you got to be smarter than that, knowing that if you're talking to your employees and you're in a work situation, like, of course, it's a
Mhm.
power
Yeah, but
dynamic.
girls that like to like
Girl, eat
they
that pussy, Eat that banana.
eat that platano.
Yeah. I don't know,
Uh,
bro.
I think that it can go either way. You always hear me say this: the devil's in the details. So I think we need to kind of like just wait to see how this plays out. Um, Regardless, I do think that is being amplified by the media because it's so vague, right? We're not getting details, and that's all we know of it. But yeah, I mean,
I just got the notification that Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz is live, so I'm about to go watch that. Who do you got winning, real quick? I got my boy Nate. I want Nate to win so bad, but Jake's gonna take it home. I feel it.
yeah,
He
I want
just.
Nate to win so bad, but I
Are
think
you gonna watch it?
nah, I'm gonna go work out and go to bed.
Damn pussy. All right, guys. Well, let us know what you guys think about all these topics, especially the first two where we both disagreed, which doesn't happen very often. We agree a lot, but let us know. Comment a hot seat question for next week, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys so much. Peace.
Peace.